Hello, Facebook crew, and specific hello to the person who asked me how I was this morning. You absolutely know who you are. And I was sent a message saying you've been very quiet and you usually make a lot of videos, just checking in that you're okay, from someone that I've known like for so many years, even though we haven't seen each other for a long time. And yeah, this is my answer to. I'm speaking to myself, so it's really this is a response, but it's also I'm checking in with myself and using this platform to update what my journey's been for the last whatever until this into this moment. So I'm currently sitting in a. I'm going to show you the view out my window. It's fucking bizarre. Okay, so this is where at the moment. I'm in a city called Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, and I've never been here before, and I absolutely don't. I don't do cities at all. They're not my space. But I am. When I say somewhere is not my space, I'm the space, and so whatever, wherever I go, whatever I see around me, whatever I'm interacting with, and whoever I'm interacting with, it's all coming. The experience is coming from the same place, which is this. Uh, this animated human is what is perceiving its experience, and interacting with reality and what I'm experiencing. So I was making lots of videos since 2020, documenting my journey and sharing what I learned, and then working with others and sharing that, and then finding myself going, okay, I want to create this thing, which I'm gonna call the being game, and put it out there so that I can share everything that's been useful to me. And then I talked about that. That's what I'm doing, and then it still hasn't happened. And what's happened in my personal direct experience is that I left the UK with a uh, with the reason for leaving. Well, there were many reasons, none of which are particularly relevant in this video, but to give myself the opportunity to live in an affordable way, like in cheaper countries basically than the UK, which are warm because I fucking hate the cold, and to give myself not only new interactive experiences, because I've been very reclusive and isolated due to my life's journey, which was addiction and loss of mental health for many years and all sorts of chaos. And so for 30 years, nearly 30 years, I hadn't stepped outside the box. And so there were many reasons for leaving. I'd done all the stuff I needed to do in the UK. My daughter's there, and my mum is still there, and my brother. But they're all fine. They're all doing great. So and that's irrelevant. This thing about like, oh, that there's this, as I say that, there's this like belief, an imprint that somebody would be doing better, or that I could be overseeing something or enhancing somebody else's experience if I was there. I could make it all better. Sarah the rescuer can like come and do all this amazing stuff with other people's lives, and how they'll be so much happier if I'm there. It's just like fucking egoic mental nonsense. It's like each one of us as an individual is living in our own conceptual, perceptual reality. And we're interacting with one another and bouncing off one another in the most brilliant, joyful, exuberant, frustrating, painful, triggering, like all the whole gamut of human the plethora of human experiences that are available to us. By bumping into one another and pressing one another's buttons in the most beautiful, loving ways, and also not. But each of us is within our own cellular bubble, perceiving all of those experiences the way that we are as an individual, depending on what our own stuff is. So, anyway, I digress. So, I have basically since, where are we? I came back to the UK briefly in October, most unexpectedly, last year. And then I was like, oh no, I'm back here. But I had some stuff to attend to, which was brilliant. And then I moved on again. And I went to India. Then I went to Nepal. Because I did 5 months or something in India, and time was up. Went to Nepal, thinking I was going to stay there and make a base and get creative, and that didn't happen. And so I then went to Bali because it was close and the air was clean, because it was, unfortunately, sadly for them, or maybe actually that's just a mental story that it's sadly for anybody. Excuse me for falling into old habits. So I went to Nepal, and that didn't happen. So then I went from there to Bali, which everywhere and then I went from Bali to here to Kuala Lumpur. And now I'm not quite sure. I'm kind of waiting to feel what next, but it's coming. And I don't want to say that on here because I know, but I don't want to say it on video. So, because that's my joy. And so all of these moves have not actually been orchestrated in a way that's logical or by mental reasoning or all of this stuff. What I'm doing in my experience is following what feels true and what feels right. And it's all I can do, because this stories about past and future and all this kind of stuff are just all, the past isn't, I'm not interested in the past. I'm interested in now, and I'm interested in the way my old system likes to project forwards of what it thinks the outcomes are going to be of any given action. And that is a fantasy, and it's something that I'm working with in a moment-to-moment experience, which is the more remarkable the more I do it, and it's also quite challenging for me to do. I frequently find myself now energetically working with what is right here, right now. And when I can work with the information, or information isn't really the right word. When I can work with my own felt response and my own intuition and the insights that are all around me and everything, they're in the reality, what I perceive to be reality for the last 5 decades, because I'm 53, so maybe not when I was a child, but let's say the last 4, since I was since I'm old enough to remember, so since I was maybe, I don't know, 7, 8, 9, 10, the reality that I believed that I lived and operated in doesn't exist. It's nonsense. It's mental stories. And so everything that I see out my window now in this city, every felt, lived, moving, energetic experience I have when I follow what I feel in my body, which I haven't had access to for so many years, it's not just the body, it's the body-mind. It's something that I can't really actually put into words, and it's not necessary in this video. When I follow that in this moment, regardless of what is a logical or it's not what, when I follow that, my experience opens in ways that I cannot, like the flow and the synchronicity that is possible for to unfold into something that is way beyond what I can imagine, is something that happens as a natural it just happens. It's not something that I orchestrate, and it's incredibly exciting, because it means that nothing is as it seems, and therefore the impossible is absolutely possible, or what I would believe mentally to be impossible is nonsense. The word impossible, nothing, literally nothing within the realms of what is true for me as an individual being. And I would add to that, probably without that for me, like, there will be some unwritten universal clause in there that is just springing to mind, is that it's something that that through the joy of my experience, I'm not deliberately causing any adverse experience, not deliberately, consciously causing any adverse experience for another human being, or for nature, for the environment or whatever it is. Because when I can live in this moment, this breath, this moment, my highest truth, it fills me, it floods my cellular being with absolute joy. And that joy is something that is shared. It's something that emanates. It's something that I see when other people are living in their optimal frequency. It's something that you can sense it, you can feel it, like you can almost like see it moving through the air. It's like this incredible vibrant beauty. And this is like, as I look forward, I have no idea. It's like I'm 53 years old, and I am discovering now that I'm just at the very beginning of not understanding's not the right word, of learning to move and work with this I can't say knowledge, because it's not gained from, I don't know what the words are, but working with this truth. Yes, that's the word. Working with this truth of what is actually possible when I operate this being in this way. And so it's super fun. It alternates, for me, my experience, it alternates between being absolutely mind-blowingly, jaw-droppingly, like I'm living in some kind of dream. Dream's not the right word, but that it just blows me away. It's like, what? I can do that, and then this happens? Oh my God, this is actually true. So my experience, my personal experience, fluctuates on a daily, moment-to-moment basis between that lived experience and total confusion, usually operate, and then that sending stress into the body, and oh my god, I shouldn't be feeling this way, and I'm having a bad experience or whatever it is, and then I'm subscribing to all this stuff, and I know that, you know, I can work with things in a different way, but why am I not able to do that in this, you know, all of that happens. And then I can experience my lived moment to moment experience of like block, 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 and it's like comical, like how everything then attaches itself to that. When I'm in that frequency of confusion, suddenly it's literally, again, it's the same experience but the opposite dynamic. So instead of everything just opening and being in this inexplicable synchronistic optimal reality, it flips. In my experience, what's happening is it flips the other way, and suddenly for a period of hours, or a day, like I've had a day, or whatever time period. That's like not relevant, really. Everything concertinas together the other way, and it's like this will go wrong, that will go wrong, but it's the perception. The word wrong is how I'm attributing. So and then I'm having that experience until I can somehow something happens where I get to a point with that where I disengage enough from it. I allow that whatever's happening to do its thing, take its course. It's like I'm not resisting it. I'm not trying to block the blocking or block the obstacles or whatever it is, but it's like, okay, so this is what's happening, and an acknowledgement that that's what's happening, and then turning my focus away from that rather than meeting the blocks, block, just shifting my focus away, finding something different to whatever that is, doesn't matter, it's irrelevant, and then dropping into somehow something will then shift of like the relaxation, and then I can come back into like so shifting into this being able to follow the intuition and the feelings without being lost in this like confusion and soup. So that's my experience at the moment, and it's kind of delayed, not delayed, because I would say it's delayed what I've been kind of feeling, that there's something that I am here to create through the experiences I've had and through what I've learned, and that's something that's still coming in process. So, and I don't know what that looks like or what it is. I have moments of thinking I knew what it looked like, and now I don't. And that's okay. So, and all I'm doing is following my stuff. So, that's me. This now, here, and it's fucking weird to be in a city. I find myself like literally going towards trees and plants and just like being with them, and like knowing that I'm absorbing and interacting with that, because everything, like to finish with, is that absolutely everything is I can interact with everything around me in any way I choose, and I can do that with plants, with the wind, with the sun, with water, with people, with children, with food, with, I mean, it's unlimited. everything. I mean, with when a train's going to arrive on time, with how long I have to wait for the lift. I mean, honestly, it's like the moment to moment, the small detail. I've always been obsessed with detail. And this is why, because it's in this tiny detail right in front of us right now where all the room to move is. And so with that, so much love. I'm going to put this on a YouTube thing and post it on Facebook. And I'm sending love to all of you, anyone who's listening. And these are very confusing times. Very confusing. If you're watching this video, I've had them so often. Like I can be in really like heart pain and floods of tears and going wow, or having all these feelings of like everything's blocked, and then something that's really insignificant. Like what was it the other day? Oh, I stayed somewhere where they said they were going to provide water and they didn't, and I had these feelings of absolute rage. Which is funny now, but actually when I was feeling them, it was like, this is way out of proportion, this feeling of rage, to the scenario that's in front of me. And it's like the feelings that we have, or that I have, I can't talk about anybody else, the feelings that I have, whatever they are, it's like my mind will be busy scanning and attributing stories to why I'm having that feeling. Actually, what I understand is that the feelings that are coming up are literally coming up just to be felt. And once I'm feeling them, then they can move. And sometimes that's extremely uncomfortable. And I want to have a reason why. I don't need fucking reasons why. That's old terrain. Reasons are just more nonsense, mental stories that I can attach to something. And that unnecessary. It's required. I'm a human being and I'm here to have a felt, lived experience. And everything now is like movable, energetic, frequency-wise and reality-wise, in ways that I am gobsmacked. And I think also it's not even just that, to finish, is that cosmically, I'm no astrologer. But cosmically and planetary-wise and cycle-wise and all this kind of stuff, is that these are times of huge change. And so the lived experience that I'm having now probably wouldn't have been possible for me. Well, it wouldn't have been possible, otherwise it would have happened 20 years ago. And I don't think that's just to do with my personal circumstances. I think that's to do with the planetary, because there's no separation. I am the universe and the planets. It's all running through me. It's like there's no real separation. I'm made of all that stuff. And so whatever's happening out there is happening here on a tiny fractal scale. But so the shifts that have happened cosmically can only make this experience now possible. And it's so exciting. It's so exciting going that just beginning to learn that, and that in practical terms, I'm 53 years old, and in theory would have at least another 2 or 3 decades having fun with this, and learning how to use this, not use, but how to be in this experience better and better and better, and to bring that into my experience in the most fulfilling way. And also in doing so, that ripples into the whole. And all of us, like I'm just a bog standard human being who was an ex-alkie, ex-addict, and diagnosed bipolar for years, and on medication and suicides and all this kind of stuff, like chaotic history. All of that finished many years ago now. But the reason I'm saying that is because there's nothing unique or different about me. That I'm just a bog standard human being. And so if I'm doing this and I can do this, and I know millions of people are having these experiences in their own way all across the globe. And it's like when all of us are learning and dropping into these deeper, massive truths about how we can move with our reality, then what we're capable of co-creating together is an entirely different world. And I'm so excited to be part of that in my tiny, tiny Sarah Robinson way. It's such a joy to be alive. So again, sending you all love and over and out for me.